Hey all, as I mentioned on my Instagram page, we took a vacation last week to the Florida Keys. First trip, never been there before, and it was so magical. It was so beautiful. And I took a look at the real estate down there, and it's so different from, of course, where I am in West Virginia. And I can tell you that if you want to live in the Keys, you need to have a little bit of money in your pocket. And I found that the Keys in themselves are so vastly different. So anything from the northern part, which is where we stayed in Key Largo, it was more relaxed. It seemed to be more residential. It had some local restaurants. And then as you went toward Islamorada, there were also a lot of residential areas, fishing, restaurants, a lot of resorts. So as you drive down through the islands, there are the resorts, but they're all obviously over on each side of the island because of that's where the water is, right? So we ended up staying in a really cool little place called Baker's Key Resort. And it was really, really very nice. We would stay there again. You could have rooms in the water and facing the beach. You can also have rooms that are facing the greenery and the water as well, but it isn't a beachy feel. And of course, every place has a view of the parking lot, right? The food was amazing. They had complimentary champagne at 6 o'clock every evening. The weather was perfect. The beach was beautiful. The water was clear as it could be. And would I consider living there? Absolutely. I'm a beach person. I love the beach. But the real estate there, as I mentioned before, is pretty pricey. So I can't imagine spending $1 million on a house that's probably smaller than what I live in now, but you know, to each his own. But anyway, the trip was amazing. The Florida Keys are definitely on our list to go back again. Probably will stay in Key Largo or Islamorada. Key West was more commercial. It was more bars and restaurants and shopping, and it was definitely a busier vibe than, say, Islamorada and Key Largo. So just whatever you love. And I have to tell you that if you have the opportunity to go, just go and try it. And yes, making that drive through the Keys is pretty nice because you also learn what areas you like the best, and you get to actually see different areas of the Keys. So definitely drive it. If you fly down, I've heard there's some really decent plane ticket prices from, say, Miami, and I think Fort Lauderdale is the other flight, that are straight to the Keys. But of course, I'm in West Virginia, so that means I have to find a flight to one of those cities and then jump over. It's worth it. Love the Keys, loved the real estate, loved the water. We went fishing. I caught 2 wahoo. I think they were like 40 pounds a piece. I've never caught fish that big before in my life. Caught 2 sailfish, but apparently you don't bring those in the boat. You catch them and then you release them. One of them, the captain told me, was about 8 feet long, and it was hard to reel in, but man, it was fun to watch it jump out of the water. It was great. So we leave the sailfish in the water. We brought the wahoo home, and that wahoo will probably last us all year for dinner or for lunch. So again, Florida Keys, don't miss it. If you can go, go. Have a great day.